Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon. My name is Ritha Syahrah. I'm from class F of accounting class, economic faculty, University of Pancasila Pontianak. I'm here this afternoon to talk to you about an accounting issue that we feel is of great importance. My objective is not to try and persuade you to take a stand on this issue, but I would like to try and present this accounting case on my video. In order to better educate all of you here on very important accounting equation concerns. I want to take this opportunity to thank you for allowing me to come before all of the accounting students of economic faculty of University of Pancasila for this accounting English forum. My today is topic all about accounting. Okay, the first topic I want to take is what accounting is. My dear listeners, I talk about accountings. Do you know accountings? What is accountings? Accounting is the measurements, translation, appropriation of assurance about information that will help manage your investor tax authorities and other decision makers to make resource allocation decisions within companies, organizations, and government agencies. And then I talk about the accounting equations. Accounting equations. Accounting equation is an equation to describe the relationship between elements and the financial statements. The elements of a financial statement that there are 5 mains are assets, liability, equity, income, and expenses. And the third element of the first financial statements, asset, liabilities, equity, are on the report statement or financial positions, and formerly known as the balance sheet. The next two elements, revenue and expenses, are the income statement, formerly known as the income statements. How accounting equation work? How is work? The first analysis transaction with determining what the account arising from the transactions, and then determine its effect on property, debt, or capital. And then the result are posed in the accounting equations. And then illustrations, accounting equations. Economy results, same assets, claim to economy results. Claim to economy results, their liability and equity. The little symbol asset is 500, same 2000 plus 3000 cents, 5000 cents. So the accounting equations is asset same liabilities plus equity. Okay, and then I talk about asset. Do you know assets? That's right. Asset is the value of something owned by the company which can incorporate into the asset column. One is a building or buildings. So if a company has a building valued at $1 billion, then the asset is calculated at $1 billion. In addition to building, which could be accounted as asset, could include trademarks, patent technology, gas cars, etc. And then liability. I talk about liability. Liability is an obligation. It is report on a company balance sheet. A common example of liability is account payable. Account payable arises when a company purchases goods or service on credit from a supplier. When the company pays the supplier, the company's account payable is reduced. And then owner equity. Let's talk about owner equity. What is owner equity? Owner's equity is one of the three main components of a sole proprietorship's balance sheet and accounting equations. Owner's equity represents the owner investment in the business minus the owner draws or withdrawals from the business plus the net income or minus the net loss since the business begins. Okay, and then I talk about the component of assets, liability, and owner equity. And the first component assets. Component asset, current asset and fixed asset. Current asset are cash, account receivable, marketable security, and inventory. And fixed asset are land, building, machinery, equipment, vehicle, and other. And then component liability. Short-term loans are a comparable faces tax debt, and then part long terms. Debt maturities, other payable, component owner, and then component owner equity. Shareholder equity is classified into the important component of a deposit capital and retained earnings. And then I talk about balance sheets. What is a balance sheet? Do you know a balance sheet? Okay. And a balance sheet in English. Balance sheet is part of the financial statement of entity that is generated in accounting period that show the entity's financial position at the end of the period. Balance consists of three elements, namely the asset, liability, and equity. Accounting associated with the following equations: assets and liability plus equity. There example balance sheets. The campus apartment locators balance sheet. July 2002, and assets and liability plus owner equity. Asset in right and liability and owner equity in left. Yes, asset cash 5,100 and office supplies 200 and land 300 and sums and total assets 35,300. And then liability, account payable 100, owner's equity, Smith capital, and 35,200. So totally liabilities and owner equity 35,200. So total asset sums total liabilities and owner equity. Do you understand? Okay, and then I talk about income statement. What is income statement? The income statement is part of a company's financial statement, resulting in a accounting period that lays out the element of company revenue expenses such to product or profit or loss. And the element of income statement report usually consists of the first revenues from sales, reduced cost of goods sold, profit or loss dirty, reduced operating expenses, profit or loss of business, plus or minus income or other expense, profit or loss before tax, producer tax expense, and then net income or loss. And then example, income statement, smart touch learning income statement, month ended April 30, 2013. Their revenue, service revenue, and rent expensive are salary expensive, rent expensive office, rent expensive computer, and total expensive. Okay, total expensive is a revenue made expensive and 5,200. Okay. Do you understand? Have you any question? Okay, if there is no question, I want to proceed to the next topic. Next topic is double entry. Okay. There's transactions to double entry and May that point started in business with 10,000 in the banks, and that too purchase good 290 on credit from the James, and that three bug fixture and fittings 1,150 paying by check, and that 5 sold goods for cash 1,040, and that 6 bought goods on credit 325 from C Monty, and that 10 bought stationery 45 paying in cash, and that 10 paid rent by cash 200, and 12 above stationery 45 paying in cash, and 21 receive rent of 25 by check for sublet or corner space, and 23 above one paying by check 4,000 and then 30 paid the month with by cash 360. Okay, and double entry and solutions. Okay, solutions, and the first bank that one is and debt account capital 10,000 and debt 21 and the 21's debt account, debt rent reserve account 25. Okay, and write debt and life credit. They are on the bank, cash, purchased, sales, picture, rents, and bank account, capital account, rent reserve account, and picture accounts, and fund account.